What's up, everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. Today, gonna do the announcement of the Arthur Beterbiev versus Marcus Browne unified light heavyweight title fight. Beterbiev versus Browne is on. This fight is a major light heavyweight title fight taking place on Saturday, it's actually on Friday, December 17th, and it will be brought to you by ESPN or ESPN Plus. And I can't even begin to tell you how big of a fight this is. You have Beterbiev, the reigning undefeated unified heavyweight or light heavyweight champion. He's been the two belt holder since October of 2019, when he stopped Alexander Votzik, who is an Olympian, and I think he was Olympic silver medalist, and he had they unified belts that night. He was undefeated coming in, and he was winning. Votzik was beating him on the cards, but Beterbiev's determination just keep coming forward. Prior to that, he had destroyed Hot Rod. I forget the guy's name. Hot Rod is his nickname, who gave Marcus Browne hell a few years ago, and Marcus Browne got a controversial decision. He destroyed him in only 5 rounds, went and knocked out Votzik, and then he took off, almost a year and a half, mostly because of COVID, and he ended up taking on Adam Dines, and I think March of this year, and dominated him over 10 rounds, got a stoppage win. Looked a little rusty, but now he's making a mandatory title defense against the former interim champion, Marcus Browne. Beterbiev is 16-0, 16 knockouts. He's stopped every one of his opponents inside the distance, and he started off out the gate. I want to say his second or third fight, he fought former champ Tavares Cloud and stopped him in only a couple rounds. He beat Gabriel Campillo early on, a former world champion. So Beterbiev's been in there with some decent competition. Some of them past their prime, but he really, blossomed into what we wanted him to be back in 2019 when he beat Hot Rod, and then followed that up with that determined win over Alexander Votzik. So he's fighting for that top spot with undefeated WBA champion Dimitri Bivol, and a win over Marcus Browne could definitely do wonders for Arthur Beterbiev. It really could. He's a very good, well-rounded fighter. Can box, can punch, and he's just very determined. He's one of those Russian fighters that is just not going to be denied. He keeps coming forward. He keeps fighting, and he's tough to keep off. But he's facing the very talented Marcus Browne. Marcus Browne was an undefeated prospect that we hoped was gonna follow through, and he had a couple hiccups early on, like with Hot Rod, and he ended up barely beating Hot Rod by a controversial decision. But then in January of 2019, he got a major opportunity when he took on Badou Jack, who is still considered to be top 5 type light heavyweight. And he went in there against Badou Jack there was the Pacquiao-Broner undercard. I still remember that. And he absolutely outboxed Badou Jack in the first half of the fight, which, Badou Jack never gave away the first half of the fight, but he was a known come from behind second half of the fight fighter. But he had busted open a bad cut down Badou Jack's forehead. And in the second half of the fight, after already, building up a big lead, he just punished Jack on that cut, continued to beat him, and got a very solid and clean 12-round unanimous decision, still his best win. But in his next fight against Jean Pascal, the former world champion, and, but older fighter, I think he was very much so overlooking Jean Pascal. And, Pascal ended up beating him on a technical decision. He actually got knocked down 3 times against Pascal. He almost hurt Pascal and put him down early in the fight. But he got very overconfident. He got caught with a big right hand, and he got put down 3 times. And when I think a cut opened up, and they went to the scorecards after, I want to say it was 6-7 rounds, something like that, and Pascal won on all 3 cards by only 1 point. That shows you that Marcus Browne was doing well early and racked up a couple rounds, but those 3 knockdowns really hurt him. And Pascal got the upset and took the interim title from Marcus Browne. Marcus Browne would take a 1.5 years off, mostly because of COVID, but, you know, recovering from a tough loss, an upset loss like that to Pascal. And then he bounced back earlier this year and got a decision win over little-known Denis Grachev. But now, he's the mandatory #1 contender in the WBC, and now is his moment. We're going to see how good, just truly how good Marcus Browne is, because the WBC mandated him as a #1 contender. And again, we're seeing a top-ranked guy in Beterbiev taking on a PBC guy. And it's because it's a mandatory fight, but if these 2 sides start having to work together a little bit more, as they have been, maybe they'll start finding a relationship, you know, and it's a good thing. But this is a very big light heavyweight battle taking place on Friday, December 17th on ESPN. I'm very excited to see what happens here. I really do believe it could go either way, and I'm very much so looking forward to it. So I'm going to be doing a breakdown video on this fight about a month out, probably mid-November to the 3rd week of November. I usually release my breakdown videos about 4 weeks before the fight, but this is going to be a big one. The Unified Light Heavyweight Championship on the line Friday, December 17th on ESPN. Artur Beterbiev, the reigning and undefeated champion, 16-0, 16 knockouts, taking on the 24-1 former interim champion and the very talented Marcus Browne. Can't wait to see it. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Beterbiev versus Browne is on. True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.